Good morning. Welcome to Sunday Morning Coffee number 264. I've got a bit of a gravelly voice, I've just noticed there. I haven't actually said anything today. Um, hello. Apologies, there wasn't a link earlier. I just hadn't got round to it. And then this morning went, got to it. So today we've got quite a lot of news. I have got a book to excite Bob. Really, I pretty much saw it on the rack and went, I'll have to get that and excite Bob. And then disappoint Bob again, as is life. God, I'm very gravelly. That's not a good sign. On the little content list, we are talking about Ghouls, World War II again. There's going to be a lot. There's going to be a lot of that. Lot of World War II. Don't worry, Bob. I'll show you soon. I'll show you soon. Witchcraft, tufts, resin. Yeah, Carol's leg. Carol's funny little leg. I might open with Carol's funny little leg. So Carol, guinea pig, she's got arthritis, so she's on a lot of drugs every day, and she's at the grim. We know they say it's the quality of life stage, but she's having a wicked time, so it's all good at the moment. I'm pragmatic about it all. But her back legs are really struggling, but with the drugs, at least one of them's kind of working. But it means she's putting all of her weight on basically the opposite paw. So she's been getting a really sore front paw, and it's been getting worse and worse. Been trying to clean it, but it's just nothing's getting better. So I took her to the vets, and he was really good. He was explaining that I won't show anything grim, don't worry, it's so grim. This is a good way to start the show, actually. But she had basically like a big scab here, and it was getting all swollen. They said it can't heal because of the pressure. It's just getting bigger, and her foot was getting all weird and wide with it. So it's very rare that you bandage guinea pigs because they're not very bandageable. There's not much you can bandage on them, and they like nibbling. So we had to do the controversial approach of bandaging. So I won't go too much into the details, but it meant that I have to do it because he said there's no point in me just doing it now because you've got to do it every day. So because she had this big, horrible wound yesterday afternoon, which felt like the whole afternoon, I was sort of cleaning it out, it's like a big hole in the hand. Fill it with this gel stuff that's all super good. While she's biting me the whole time, which is fair enough to me, but I'm trying to do it. She's going, and then it's padding and bandage wrap basically. And we were both very stressed by the point of the bandaging. So I think I did an okay job, but there were quite a few where she kept pulling it off or it was going wrong, and there's just like strips of bandage and antiseptic gel everywhere. But she's got it now. I did see her nibbling it last night, and I was like, oh, I'll kill you. It's still on this morning. Hooray! Well done, Carol. So the idea is that bit of the hand can just slowly like go back to being a normal hand, well, to some extent, because the fact she's putting the extra weight, but hopefully she'd at least stop it getting worse. And she has a nice lime green hand, so I'll show you the little picture of it. I felt really bad for her, poor little baby. Don't worry, I won't show anything grim. It was my poor little baby with a little lime green hand. Oh, baby. A little video. I'll turn the volume down so you don't get the volume blast. There's a little thing. Where are you? It's a little video over there. Look, with a little hand. Oh, that's Dave. I was telling Dave out the way. There we go. Little baby. So that was my Friday. Well, it was my Friday afternoon and then my Saturday. So if you did order on Friday, it didn't get any post out because I had to go to the vets for that. But yeah, so Carol's got a cutie little bandage. It's so hard. It's like bandaging a little toe that's moving around like one of those doingers you get on doors, you go boing. So trying to hold the pig, get the get a tiny little stumpy bit, and then have to try and wrap, and you've got to cut everything smaller, obviously. So yeah, that's good. And I have to do that every day now. So my daily routine Annie, drop your daily routine is now twice a day, other than the bandage, which is once a day, is give Dave his eye drops, which is a very good lad. Dave is also a guinea pig, if you're new. Give Dave his eye drops. Give Carol her Messacan. Give Carol, give Carol her gabapentin. Take Carol's bandage off. Soak her little hand for a while in something. And then wrestle with her and put a fresh bandage on whilst going, oh my god, Carol, just stop. So yeah. Flynn says, turns out bandaged guinea pig feet makes me cry a little bit. I had a little, although that's a little cry when I put her back in because I was just like, oh, baby. Also, the stress of wrestling with her for well over an hour. I felt really bad because she was so stressed, but I'm like, I can't I've made it clean. I can't just put you back in. And I had her on a little mat, but then each time she was wrestling me, she'd slam her hand back onto me. I go, no, I've got to do a little bit of cleaning again before I can throw her. Or tiny little baby. So I'm very pleased. She's kept it on all night. Put an extra bit of tape on where she'd been nibbling. So we have guinea pig mug in honour today. Anyone new coming along? I thought it was supposed to be a wargame stream. It will be, but there's always guinea pigs. Dave is fine, by the way. Dave was sad because he wasn't allowed to come to the vets because no one was along with her, but because it was so warm, I was like, nah, you guys are just going to huddle in the little carrier and get really hot and ill. So you're not trusted. So he thought I was taking away from him. So he was screaming as I left. My little guinea pig feet. I have left her fingers. People find it weird when I say hands and fingers, but they do. They do. They have hands and feet. So I'm not sure about whether, because I'm pretty sure he said, he gave me a lot of information at once. Pretty sure he said leave the little fingers out. So I'm going to check just in case, but I think so. It's like there on a pig hand where she's got the big raw bit. Yeah. So I was very impressed. Also, a little applause to me. I've done many sort of guinea pig operations over the years, and that was one where at one point, I had to take 2 timeouts and just leave her in the bath and go, I don't know if I could do this. I don't know if I'm going to have to ring the vet. Because you've really got to, like, scrape into the foot. And I think he knows that I'm pretty good and poor. So I think that's why he didn't suggest them doing it. Which was nice, but also I was going, this is really hard level. The original like cleaning of it, I think once like maintaining it's difficult, but this was because you don't want to hurt her, but then like a bit's bleeding, and I'm going, oh my god, what the fuck? And it was hot. I'm just going, I don't know what I'm doing. What am I doing? But I did it, yes. And I love that she's just walking around like normal on a little bandage, but so that's really cute. So yeah, Carol's leg. I popped into our local, I don't know what they're called. I always call it the Lefty Bookshop, but it's like lefty anarchist, alt, hippie, everything. I guess alt maybe is the term. Indie bookshop for sure. And a load of books fell onto the stack. It's called Five Leaves Bookshop in Nottingham. It's very good. It's down a little back alley. I highly recommend it. And I saw this, thought of Bob, and went, fine. So I am adding to my Spanish Civil War collection, but I'm not doing it yet, but I will. But I like these sort of books, the 100 objects. So I had a little flick through in the shop and went, oh yes, I'm going to get that. It's not one I'd come across before either, so I got it for future me. So it is working for your persistence. But I like using some of these, like an item where you go, oh, there's a story behind that, and then to turn that into a miniature is very cool. Oh, yeah, see. So there's some cool stuff in there. Ooh. I'll read that first bit. Analysing 100 material objects which helped to shape the Spanish Civil War. This textbook explores one of the seminal events of the 20th century through a unique material culture lens, from the plane that carried Francisco Franco to an anarchist newsreel to laxatives excavated in a trench, from a woman's death row letter to a recent graphic novel, this highly illustrated text introduces readers to new perspectives which interpret the events of 1930 Spain and their impact in the country itself and the world beyond. So yeah. So yeah, that's cool. I like that's going to be one of the little books that I flick through to get good ideas and go, oh yeah. So cool. Ghouls. I discovered I was very chuffed with myself that we produced 28 ghouls exactly. So I did do the deal 28 ghouls later. Nobody's took it up, but there are only 5 available. You save £40. So if you've ever wanted to get ghouls, I just did the deal because I thought it was funny. So if you want to take advantage of that and get a load of ghouls, you get all of the ghouls, and you get official stones pack. And I think it'd normally be 149, and you get it for 110. What? But it's not going to be an ongoing deal. It's just going to be there's 5. There's 5, and that's it. Well, I think I'm hilarious, and then spent ages doing the graphics for it. I went, this is a good use of my time. So I've still got ghoul fever, and there may potentially be another ghoul, but it's depending on funds at the moment. So I may end up with 29 ghouls, but I'm not sure. But I've got loads of really cool sculpt stuff and getting through some of the smaller bits. Restock I've written. We've had a lot of the resins restocked. I can't remember if I mentioned this last week. There's a whole bunch from the terrain range that's been out of stock for ages, and finally got it. Yes. So the mega restock has arrived. I've got the last bit, I think, next week is coming. The stuff that's been out of stock for ages, like the basing bug set, they're back. They're back. So yeah, do that. Oh, it's gone a bit weird. I think it's just I don't want to be a broken record. It's a bit hot. So we've got loads of stuff back in. I haven't actually put it all on the website yet. That's today's task because this is Sunday. That's what it's for. So I will be brain. I will be putting that. Yeah. I'll be putting them on the website, so have a little peep. And then if you go, oh, I've been after that for ages, go, go, go. So I'm going to put all that restock on there. And Mum was here. Mum was here this week, and she blister packed a load of it as well. So thank you. Got some trade orders to go on Monday, which is nice. Trade orders make such a big difference. I know there's shops I need to get back to. I just haven't had a chance. But when you get an order from a shop, you get this like huge boost of cash because they buy loads of stuff, and that's really helpful. And it can just totally turn a month around when you get one of the big shops, and you're like, yes, 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 yes. Baggage trains are back in Old World. Yes, I'm gonna write that. Make a baggage train deal. Baggage train. Yes, I'm gonna do a little deal of baggage train. I think, just of stuff that we've got and just put it together. That could be cool. I need to be more aware of this stuff. It's just that I run out of time, and then I run out of time doing all this really rubbishy, boring admin-y stuff, and then I don't have time to advertise my actual product. So it's the usual juggling lots of things being a small business. So yeah, there's things like that I need to do. That's why I was pleased that I did do 28 ghouls later, because I thought, oh, I had the idea, but I bet I won't make it. And I was like, I will make it now. But it's still up there. Only 5 available. We are currently in this is the drought. This is the worst part of the year for sales, just being absolutely flat, which is a reason I didn't feel so bad not being in for post, because I think there was only one order to ship Friday anyway. But it's yeah, it's because I think it's so hot. No one wants to paint midis. No one wants to think about you're going to get to see the hair dry over the course of the show. But yeah, it's that no one wants to paint minis at the moment, so not thinking about minis. And they're going, I'm still here. So I've been kind of like riding through the grim bit of the year, but knowing it'll pick up again. It always picks up. I think I said before, as soon as it gets a bit quiet, I go on my, that's it, it's all over, it's all over. I'm not going to sell anything ever again. But it's fine. It's just too hot. I haven't painted. I'm looking at them now, going, oh, you little fellas. I was having a bit of a fail one of the days in the week, and I decided to come home and do a massive house rearrange, which is leading to potentially having a better painting area because I'm a kitchen tabler, but I didn't want to take over the whole kitchen table. But anyway, so lots of cool things have been in stock, been added to stock. I'm going to do a newsletter this afternoon. Not going to go back to bed after the show. I'm going to do a newsletter, and by then I'll have the restock added. And I'll do a little feature on some bits on there to try and drum up some stuff. And I've got some new things coming in. Yeah, Jamie says if it evaporates off your brush, it's probably it's too hot. I am going to be getting 1 million tufts, and I was supposed to add them to my website this week, and I haven't. The Game of Grass are releasing a gazillion tufts, flower tufts. So I need to put them up for pre-order because I think they come next week. So loads more flowers. Oh yeah, on Friday I was like, why am I getting so many newsletters? I went, oh no, it's payday Friday and I haven't utilised it and done my own newsletter. If I get one in today, that might work. Everyone's on the same idea, like, oh, payday Friday. Ooh. And then I go, oh no, payday Friday means it's Bill's Monday. That's how it works. Oops. I'm a professional. So I've had some beautiful sculpts come. Don't worry, that's what I'm teasing you with. You've got to listen to this boring in between. Thanks to Lil. Lil was up, say, doing loads of packing, which was ace. Tufts will be in. There's 20. There's going to be 20 packs of flower tufts, including these tiny flower tufts, which are like, oh, I hadn't even thought about that, but it's perfection for some little smaller plants. Now, obviously, adds all the intrigue. You haven't got everything at the same height. And there's a tuft box set as well, so I'll put those on. I inquired about the kraut cover and it's some while off, I think. That's the one I don't put up. If I know for sure that the stuff, is like I know that the tufts are going to be here next week. So I will put them up for pre-order. I haven't put the kraut cover up for pre-order, which has annoyed a few people, but because I'm getting a lot in, and I've said this for a few months now, but I do have it on order. But it just takes them a very long time to make it, and I don't know. So if it says it's going to be 3 months, I could put on there it's 3 months, but I don't know. So if I'd taken everyone's pre-orders, I would then have a whole bunch of emails at the moment going, "Where's my grimdark? Where's my grimdark?" And I'd go, "I don't know." I cannot even give you a date. So I'm glad that I didn't take that then when I was a bit tempted and thinking I could do it because I know it will. But it does mean that when it's in, because I think I still do things a bit differently to some others, because I know a lot of people have already pre-sold it all on their website. But yeah, it just leads to then people getting annoyed, which you would because it's been ages. And then that starts messing up with PayPal refunds and stuff. Once I do have it in stock, I'll put it in, and it's in stock, and you can get it. So there will be a point, who knows when, but when it is in stock, I will post up and go, "Hey everyone, the tufts, the dirt is here." So that is the sort of mad scramble, but it means that whatever's on the website is what I've got usually, apart from when I've cocked it up. Gary, did you miss the mug reveal? You did. It is guinea pigs. Guinea pigs. And no, it's none with a little bandage on it. That's a little leg. I love how fine she is with it though, apart from when I'm nibbling it. It turned into some sort of like teacher mum as well, because I walked over to her yesterday and I was like that. I went, you know what we don't do? We don't nibble our bandage. I went, oh, where did that come from? Don't do that, do we? No. Oh, where did that come from? What's on my little list? Witches. I went to a talk, and I haven't got it in front of me who the lady was, but it was an academic talk on the history of witchcraft and feminism. It was very interesting. Um, it was linking lots of bits where I went, ah, yes. There were a few guys there that I thought were probably sacrifices, and I didn't see them afterwards. They may have been ritually slaughtered and eaten, but it's the price you pay. But that was really good. I was going to talk more about it, but I'm just so bloody hot. I think I need to sit in front of the fan. I got a new fan in the mega heat, but I donated it to the guinea pig. So last night I was sleeping in the heat while the pigs had this really nice fan just sort of rotating on them. I want to be a guinea pig. Um, but I've got my little notes there. It was wicked. I think she's sort of touring around. I'll quickly bring it up on the other thing here so I can. Witchcraft. Oh, was that it? Dr. Sharon Jagger. Uh, yeah. It's by Seed Talks, but I think she's doing it around, like she's sort of taking it on tour. So if you're interested, it was really good. I went with a friend and I met another friend there. I went, hey, imagine seeing you here. Yeah, it's just really interesting. Talking about how witchcraft has been gendered, and then because it's gendered, it's then been treated really badly. Who knew? Um, and then went into to lots of different themes. I was thinking, yeah, that's a really interesting. So yeah, I've got these little points. I might go do a post. So that witches, baggage trains on there. Sculpts, you'll see them sculpts. So the sculpts arrived on Friday. Friday was an interesting. It was a nice day. Ross from Kraken Games came up, and we hung out at my office. He did some sculpting. Yeah, add Ross to website. So I got a bunch of stock from Ross because he's Kraken Games, so I'll be stocking that again. Yes, including some of his new little tallow men. Um, which I didn't know the story. So he was telling me that the tallow men are what's left of the dead adventurers that don't become skeletons in the dungeons, so they get made into these little tallow men. I'm like, oh, I like that. So I've got lots of funny little guys that will be in the shop soon. It won't be today because my invoice is in the office and I don't have a digital one. So I need to see what I actually have. But I've got one chunk, and then because he casts himself, he's casting up the second chunk. So there'll be a bunch of that to look forward to. So Ross came up, dropped that off, did a little bit of sculpting. Then my sculpts arrived because we were waiting for that. Then we went to go see Curtis. Curtis. Ramshackle Games because he's moved. He's moved sort of out of town. Felt like a different town. So we went to go visit him and see his new workshop. And because he moved not long after me, he's got it all together, which I was very impressed. I expected it to be a lot more box city, but it's all fully operational. That's reminded me, I got the cast. I got a gift from Rossy, so he's casting for Rossy does drawings. And I got some of the guys from the upcoming Goblin Kickstarter, so I want to try and get some paint on them before the Kickstarter's up, just as a little nice thing to do. And they're really cute goblin guys. So I got some of them. It's just one of these offices of trinkets. There's stuff everywhere. And what is that? And he does a lot of contract casting as well. So there's all the different people. Like Gardens of Hecity, you've got some stuff. So he showed me how he was mounting some of those. So yeah, it was a nice social visit. Had some fish and chips. They were nice fish and chips as well. Some mushy peas. And then Ross very kindly took me to get Carol and then go to the vets before he was on his way. So that helps a lot because the vets, obviously, the only vets that I've got is one that's now about £15 in a taxi to get to. So that adds up. So I've got to go every month to get Carol's drugs because they're human drugs, so they can't give me loads. So just getting a drop off there helped a lot. So thank you also to Ross. And I met up with some friends in the evening. So, and Mr. Forge of Mars, who's also a friend, but I didn't know he was there. Um. Anyway, what's we got? We got Curtis, and then and now the war. Mm-mm. Well, did you get a copy of Bob, the book or the film? History of time. What am I doing? Gallery. Oh, my little baby pig. Where am I going? Sculpts. There's me and Ross and Curtis in the office. There's Curtis with some greens pulling a face. Look at these crazy things he does. I'm in part minds of it. I think it's really cool. If I was a customer, I think it's the coolest thing ever. But I just think, oh, dude, they're getting like your cost. Your cost is getting way more. It's not like a little bit of skull on the base, but it works for him. So like, it's really cool. So you get a bit, basically everything you get that he casts. Even if it's for someone else, you get this like bit of terrain as the base bit, which is really cool. It's not a cost efficient for him, but it's really cool. So I got pictures of a whole load of them. So you get a mini, and then you get this like huge chunk of stuff. What have I got? Maybe I'll show you a bit more. It's the bonus of watching the show. It's next to a video I'd saved, which was you can rate video game graphics by Norman on the Norman Reedus scale because he's been in so many games. You can see him getting more detailed as the years go on. So this is Sophie and Hannah Scholl. They are complete. I have posted them back as caves. You might have seen them. Oh, again, I didn't bring them home because I don't trust myself. But you get an idea. Sometimes it focuses. Hey, I don't trust myself to bring them home because I'd break them. It's currently one piece. That's been fun. Talking to the caster and the sculptor. But we may be able to get it in one piece, which would be lovely. Because they're such an interactive piece. Like she's probably pushing on him. And just if I wasn't a weird heat sleepy, I'd talk about it more. But generally, they're just. I think I said about it last week. They're dicking about. He's trying to get some leaflets. She's going, nope, these are mine. And they're just being silly because they would have been silly. You're not like a robot. You're gonna be being silly. I'll also show you because it's still in the blur. Another one who's arrived is Theyre, Alaska, who she is. She's smuggling. She's leading some people. There you go. She is from Czechoslovakia, and she was also smuggling folk. You're like, how do you show smuggling folk? I think I did it quite well there. And I like thinking as well of how you can use them just as generic resistance. They don't have to be, which also means I can sell more because it's not in that one area. So that's her. Over here, over here, over here. Foot on Rock, obviously, yes. And we've also got Simone Siguin, yes. Because you got to in the iconic pose. I was even gonna like, or maybe I should pose it like, nah, you got to do the pose. Got to do the pose. So there is a blurry picture of the 3/4 of them. Yes. It's just a blurry outline. But I'm very excited and they are perfect. I absolutely love them. Oh God, it's so I've been researching more because it's all I do now. But I'm just so interested. I've been building up my folder. I've got my got a folder. I like having things physical. And I've been writing all my notes, and I'm eventually going to have some write-ups for everybody as well, and then talk about the design. Oh, I can show you some sneak peeks as well. Um, because you're here, which is nice. Where's Alan? So get a little bit of work in progress. Brain. Oh, I can't go back to bed. Don't go back to. Maybe I'll have a sofa nap. Maybe a sofa nap. So Alan is getting through them. This, dun dun. I love how they look a bit Terminator-y halfway through. That is Hanny Shaft, who's going to be just being a sexy, sexy pistol woman. So she's in that like sort of pose. She's one of the Free. There's the Free from the Netherlands that did a lot of like getting the Nazi boys into the woods. So I thought I'd do her as that sort of cool, and she was very cool. I think I said I'm thinking of doing a disguised Hanny Shaft as a stretch goal or freebie or something. So we've got her there, and again, like just so you can use her as a cool spy in lots of different stuff. And that one in process is I don't know Iro. I need to learn these names. Iro. She's Greek. She was a schoolgirl. There is a film called 17 Bullets for an Angel, which gives the spoiler away. But she was killed when she was 17. She was arrested when she was in her school uniform, coming home from an exam. Woo! So she was did quite a lot of the sabotage stuff. So I've got that coming on. There's a little satchel with some supplies in there. But again, it's especially with the unarmed ones, I want you to be able to use them as different civilians. So you could use them as spies or civilians. So Peter says, "Have you seen Jojo Rabbit?" Yes, I love it. I love it. It's a brilliant, such a good film. Seen it a few times. Yeah. Before I entirely melt, credits. Oh, credits have been bothering me. Not nobody. Loads of people don't credit. They don't credit the painters, and it just bothers me. Go overboard in the credits. But I saw one earlier where they'd not credited the guy, but then said that they'd done it. I'm like, no, what are you doing? Always credit. If someone paints something for you, credit them. If someone sculpts something for you, credit them. You know, they're the people that make it. It's very much, especially with this project at the moment, it's very much a me and Alan. So to wipe out that Alan existed would be absolutely wild, because he's not just sculpting. Sculpting is the mega deal. He's when we work together on these sort of projects, he has a lot of feedback because he'll learn about the people, and then he'll go, "Here, you've put this sort of pose, but I get the impression from her that she'd be more of a this pose." And you're like, "Yes, yes." So it's really interactive with Alan, which is great. So I'm really chuffed. He's like the perfect person to be working on with this. And yeah, just info dumping, lots of war stuff, war stuff on him. But I've pretty much got all of the designs done now. There's a few more. I've been learning. Oh yeah, I was saying last week I was learning about some railway sabotage. I've been learning some other very funny sabotage means, but I am really sleepy. I feel I need to go very shortly because I'm getting all hot. I'm going to sit by the fan, I think. And you have seen the slough head. It's nearly dry. Look at that. My wife saw the art and now wants to play Forbidden Psalm using Ada Lovelace in her warband. Yes. Oh, I need to tell her to break it to you shouldn't get attached to any character in that game. Yeah. Mm. Oh, I think Packing Heat made it. I don't know if it's finished now. Let me look. I was obsessively checking it because I just do that sometimes. I decide a Kickstarter has to make it. Yay! He's well made it. He's got 8 hours left. Yes. Um. Yeah, I'm not affiliated in any way. I just occasionally go, that Kickstarter needs to fulfill because then I'll get a nice brain buzz. So let's do that. Yay! He's made it. That's wicked. So that's, if you've not done it yet, go have a little peep. The other one is weird. I can't remember what theirs is called. Hope is for the Dead. That's the latest Forbidden Psalm. Oh no, Mega Beast was cancelled. Oh, that must have been today. Oh, I read that update. Just me reading Kickstarters now. Oh, if I move that, there we are. So yeah, Forbidden Psalm, Hope is for the Dead. Have a look at that. It's a zombie. Oh, that was a point. And I also noticed that I was out. Like people are inquiring about the zombie animals. I'm like, oh, they're all out of stock. Oops. They're featured on the Kickstarter, as in like these are great. Um, oh yeah, what's that one? Because there could be a turkey-related stretch goal in that. Oops, you dead. So 10 grand, 25 days. Where's the stretch goal? Oh, I don't know if you'll. Oh, campaign is 20 grand. Oh, they might do that because there's a nice. Yeah, we've got 25 days. Just have a look. Just looking again at Kickstarters. Um, yeah, there may be a turkey-based stretch goal in that PDF. Um, so yeah, Hopes for the Dead is looking ace, and I've put all of the zombie animals for pre-order so that you can actually pre-order them while the heat is there. So yeah, that's pretty much it. It's the end of the month. I'm about to do a newsletter this afternoon that's like the usual. It's the end of the month, buy some things and then show you some cool things to buy. So I've got that. Do I get another day? Yeah, I'm sorry. See, I've got by Tuesday. I've got by Tuesday, so I can get some sales on Monday. Um, but that's the stand again. It's the standard small business life. Don't worry about it. It's like, oh crap, oh no. But one day I may not be scrabbling each month, partly because I've spent all my money on sculpts. So, but the sculpts are so good. God, I am so exhausted. I'm gonna have to go. The wet, I can just pluck it all there. It's been. It's wet, by the way, not sweat. I did wash it. Um, so I'm gonna head off because I'm doing lots of erming. Day. I wanted to end on a lower note. I wanted to not put it at the start because I didn't want to then have to do a tone flip around. I heard yesterday that Tim Pollard has passed away, and he was a really nice man. I don't actually know what he did. What he did, and I know he's a wargaming legend, but I just know him as a guy that I met and went, "Oh, you've done some wargame stuff." But he's one of those that's been around sort of everywhere forever. So I only met him about a year ago and just went, this guy is lovely. But he was also Nottingham's Robin Hood. I think they've got a different but he's like a kind of a local hero in that respect as well. And that was a bit of a shock to see online. That's a bit rubbish. But I did do a little toast. I haven't got the little cup. A little goblet toast to him because he was wicked. And that's what it sucks that that happens. But on that note, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna go melt somewhere. So thanks for coming along. Will there be a show next week? I believe there will. Yes. Um, right, I'm gonna go and consume fluids. So thanks for coming along. Bye.